America's history is one of conquest, bloodshed, and stolen lands. From the very beginning, the foundation of the United States was built on genocide, slavery, and expansion at the cost of countless lives. Before European settlers arrived, millions of Native Americans lived across the continent with thriving civilizations. But after aiding colonialists against the British, they were repaid with betrayal. Entire tribes were wiped out, their lands seized. The Trail of Tears 1830 saw the forced relocation of over 60,000 Native Americans, leading to mass deaths due to starvation and disease. The Wounded Knee Massacre 1890 left hundreds of Lakota Sioux men, women, and children slaughtered by U.S. troops, simply because they refused to surrender their way of life. In 1898, the U.S. took over the Philippines after defeating Spain. But when Filipinos demanded independence, America waged a brutal war, killing over 200,000 civilians through executions, scorched earth tactics, and starvation. The Balangiga Massacre 1901 saw U.S. troops burn villages, executing men over the age of 10. This was not liberation, it was colonial occupation. Latin America became another battlefield for U.S. imperialism. Whenever a government opposed U.S. corporate interests, America orchestrated coups to install dictators who would obey Washington. Guatemala, 1954, the CIA-backed coup overthrew President Jacobo Arbenz after he attempted land reforms that threatened U.S. corporations. Chile, 1973, the U.S. supported General Augusto Pinochet, who tortured and killed thousands after overthrowing Salvador Allende's democratic government. Nicaragua and El Salvador, the U.S. funded death squads and insurgent groups like the Contras, leading to massacres of innocent civilians. Vietnam became another theater of destruction. Under the guise of stopping communism, the U.S. killed over 3 million Vietnamese people. The My Lai Massacre 1968 saw over 500 unarmed civilians, women, children, and the elderly murdered by U.S. troops. The use of napalm and Agent Orange poisoned the land, leaving birth defects and destruction for generations. Under the false claim of weapons of mass destruction, America launched the Iraq War 2003, killing over 1 million Iraqis and leaving the region in chaos. The U.S. justified bombings, drone strikes, and torture in places like Abu Ghraib prison, where detainees were abused and dehumanized. In Afghanistan, drone warfare became the new face of genocide. Wedding parties and entire villages were wiped out by remote-controlled strikes, statistics on a Pentagon spreadsheet, but real lives lost. The killing continues today. America funds and arms the Israeli occupation of Palestine, supplying billions to enforce an apartheid system that brutalizes an entire people. In Yemen, U.S.-supplied bombs have led to one of the worst humanitarian crises in modern history, where millions face starvation. The pattern is clear. If a country does not submit to U.S. interests, it faces destruction. This is not a mistake, it is by design. America's wealth was built on Jim Crow laws, the Roosevelt Corollary, and the Grandfather Clause, policies designed to uphold white supremacy and expand imperialism. Today, this system continues through the military-industrial complex, where corporations profit from endless wars. With over 800 military bases worldwide, America does not spread democracy. It spreads terror. The genocidal mindset of America is not just history, it is ongoing. From the Native American massacres to modern-day occupations, the U.S. has proven time and again that its power is built on bloodshed. Know the truth, speak the truth, resist imperialism.